Imagine a world where the weak are discarded and only the strongest survive. This was the harsh reality of Roman soldier training. The Roman Empire, renowned for its military might, didn't earn its reputation lightly. It was the result of grueling training regimes that pushed the boundaries of human capability. These soldiers were not merely bred, they were forged, shaped by the unforgiving fires of discipline and hardship. Let's delve into the intense training methods, starting from the least brutal. The journey of a Roman soldier began with basic training, a process far from basic. The raw recruits, fresh to the Roman army, were subjected to rigorous physical fitness tests. These were designed to push their bodies to the limit, ensuring they had the strength and endurance to withstand the harsh realities of warfare. Next came the basic weapons training. The recruits were taught to handle swords, spears, and shields with skill and precision. Each weapon was a tool, and the soldier was nothing if not a master of his tools. Then the marching drills. These were not just about moving from point A to point B, they were lessons in discipline, coordination, and endurance. The Romans believed that a well-drilled soldier was a confident soldier, and confidence was key in the heat of battle. The discipline was strict, the expectations high. Every day was a test, every task a challenge. But this was just the beginning. The training only got more brutal from here. Surviving the basic training, the soldiers were thrust into advanced weapons training. Now, this was not your average weapons training. This was Roman style, a step up into a world of intense combat, where the stakes were as high as their towering ambitions. The soldiers were expected to master a variety of weapons, each with its own unique challenges. There was the famous gladius, a short sword for close combat, the pilum, a lethal javelin that could pierce enemy shields, and the scutum, a large rectangular shield used for both offense and defense. Training wasn't simply about knowing how to use these weapons, but becoming one with them, breathing and moving in a deadly dance of war. Often their opponents were not straw dummies, but their fellow trainees, a grim reminder of the real perils of the battlefield. This was a world where the intensity was cranked up, where the risk was not just injury, but death itself. And yet, even this was not the most brutal part of the Roman soldier training. The final and most brutal phase of Roman soldier training was the simulated battle. This was not a mere play acting of warfare, but a full-blown, realistic mock battle, designed to prepare the trainees for the grim realities of combat. Imagine a field of fresh recruits, their bodies already hardened by the previous tests, yet nothing could have prepared them for this. They were armed with wooden weapons, which interestingly were heavier than the real ones they would eventually wield. This clever design was to ensure that the trainees would find the actual weapons lighter and thus easier to handle in the heat of battle. These mock battles were grueling physically and mentally. Each day the soldiers were pushed to their limits, their muscles strained, their endurance tested. The intensity of these simulated battles was such that they ran the risk of severe injury, even death. It wasn't just about physical prowess, though. The mental strain was equally significant. The soldiers had to learn to remain calm and focused amidst the chaos, to strategize and adapt quickly. They had to develop the mental toughness to face the possibility of death and yet continue to fight. These grueling battles were the final step in molding a civilian into a battle-hardened Roman soldier. It was a brutal test, but one that ensured the Roman army was made of men who were not just physically strong, but mentally resilient, ready to face any challenge on the battlefield. From basic training to simulated battles, the path to becoming a Roman soldier was paved with blood, sweat, and tears. It was a grueling journey that demanded resilience, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to the empire. In the beginning, the raw recruits were pushed to their physical limits, with every day bringing a new test of their strength and stamina, but it didn't stop there. The soldiers were then subjected to a punishing regimen of weapon drills, honing their skills with the gladius and the pilum until they were second nature. The final test, a simulated battle, was the ultimate challenge. Here, the soldiers had to apply everything they had learned, facing their comrades in a mock combat scenario that was as close to the real thing as it could get. This was the formidable training that created the soldiers of the Roman Empire, a force that dominated the ancient world for centuries.